Hey, good morning, Facebook. It's Gerry coming to you today from Rythmia Life Advancement Center in Costa Rica. Rythmia Life Advancement Center is a really unique retreat center that uses plant-based therapies to get amazing results from our retreats. And by amazing, I mean amazing. What do I mean? About 94% of the people who walk through the door electronically self-report that they had a life-changing miracle during their stay. 97.55% of them 6 months later claimed this was the week that changed their life. This isn't for 1 or 2 people. This is 5,000 people that have been through here that had this experience. Nearly 5,000. We'll be there this month. That have had this experience and reported these results. And these are life-changing things, and we believe in something. First off, I'm Gerry, and hi, Lorena. I'm Gerry, and I just want to say hi, who I am. I'm a guy that was terribly unhappy with his life. I was a multi-millionaire, a real multi-millionaire. Super unhappy, tried to commit suicide, hated my life, was a drug addict, a drunk, a loud, aggressive, mean person. And everything changed as a result of plant medicine and metaphysical teaching. So we do this thing, and I was shown this, hi from St. Louis, I was shown this thing, okay, that we're all born with our soul intact, and something happens to us between conception and 5 years old, where we split from ourself and remain within our aura, but we split from ourself, and that all disease, all disorders, and all addictions, as well as sadness, comes from this split of self. And what we do here is train people with a combination of plant medicine, metaphysical teachings, colonics, meditation, yoga, farm-to-table organic food, to put that back together. And it happens while you're here. And it happens to everybody. So it's crazy shit. This happens here. So today I'm going to talk about something. First thing I want to say, my friend Dr. Mario Martinez is coming here May 5th to the 12th. And he's just an amazing dude, a key dude in mysticism. He knows so much about so much, and he's just a joy to be around. His energy is crazy good. Please come here. Please come here May 5th through the 12th. And I have to tell you this, we had a crazy week last week, over 80 people last week. The week before was Majesty, that was filled too. We're having a beautiful week this week. The healings have been crazy and good. And I want to talk today about creation, I don't use manifestation anymore. I don't use the word because I don't believe in it. I use the word creation because this is an act of creating. There are so many people out there that are telling you can do this without doing anything, and they're full of shit. That's great. It sells a lot of books, and it sells a lot of ideas, and it boosts a lot of views. Because if I can tell you how to make money without working, or how to be happy without putting in the work, or how to have a great family without investing in it, I'd be fucking lying to you. And the thing is, anybody who tells you that shit is lying to you. So let's talk about what's real, okay? So here's what's real. These things, building the road to our house. Building the road to our house is hard. A 10-year overnight sensation. It is hard to do. Once the road is built, it looks easy. Oh, he's just in flow. She's just in flow. But doing the work is hard. These things are all hard. The 10,000 hour rule. Things really true. People give up around 5,000 hours. They make it halfway, and they're constantly starting over in their life, and they're wondering why they're 30 years old and they don't have money. And I want to talk, let's use the energy equivalent. Let's use money because it's a great way to talk. And then they're 35 and they still can't make rent. And they're 40 and they can't make rent. They're 50 and they haven't saved $100,000 yet. They're 60 and they can't get out of their own way. What is the thing? The thing is they're hopping tables. They're looking for the thing that's easy, and it ain't there. So let's talk about it. I don't give a shit if you're a multi-level marketer, a general practitioner, a nurse, what you want to get good at your thing. You've got to get good at it and then you'll get paid, huh? You got to get good at it, and good at it takes time. And I'm talking about building a family, building a relationship, building a business, getting good at a game like, I don't know, golf or tennis or whatever. It all takes work. So working so hard to make it easy. That's the fucking thing. We're spending our time looking for an easy way. So let me tell you about the fighter, and I'm going to tell you who said this. So one of the things, and I used to love boxing and things like this. I don't like it as much as I used to, but there's still beautiful parts about it. And I'm not a fan of MMA because of the violence. It's just so violent, and you can get super hurt. Hey Gerry, hey Sheila, hey Kristen. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about what the fighter said. So the fighter says, I'm either going to win or I'm going to die. Whew. And I'll tell you who said it, Mike Tyson. And then the interviewer said, well, isn't that a bit extreme? And he said, yeah, for the other guy. So here's the thing. So when you love something enough that you're going to say, either this is going to kill me or I'm going to get it done, then everything else lays over and gives up. I don't know if you ever saw the fights in the 90s when Mike Tyson would come out and the other guy would just go, oh my God, I don't want to be here. I wish I was somewhere else. That's how the universe responds to your intention when it's that strong. Why don't we have intentions that are that strong? Because we don't love the thing that we're doing. Mike Tyson loved to hit people. And the thing is, so why don't we love the thing that we're doing? Well, here's why. This is for most of us. Most of us are split, and we have this self over here that's split, and it's trying all these things without the benefit of the soul's input. So when we put this back together, and we have the input of the soul, we pick things that are absolutely in line with us, and we won't quit until we get them. I don't care if it's opening up a daycare. I don't care if it's being a healing practitioner. I don't care if it's being a medicine server or a psychologist. And what we find out is a lot of these things that we picked from our soul standpoint have to do with helping the world. And then once that occurs, it's not what the world can do for you, it's what you can do for the world. The next shift occurs, and now we're clicked in, rocking and rolling, and guess what? We're clicked in, so, if you love what you do, you're never at work. You're never at work. I've had this thing for friggin' 4 years, and I haven't been to work yet here. I love this shit, dude. I love this. I love doing this and talking to people at lunch and da-da-da-da-da. I love it. So you're never at work. The next thing you do when you're not at work and you're having fun, all time disappears. And then the next thing you know, they're waking you up and saying, here's your money. And you're thinking, why? How did that happen? Because all I was doing was having a good time and feeling my soul. Whoa, wow. All I was doing was having a good time and feeling my soul. Wow, bing, and it's there. When does it happen? I'll tell you the real interesting part about it. And I Googled it the other day on Quora, the Quora thing. And the average person, to get their business going, 2 to 3 years to become break even, 5 to 6 years to hit the groove, 7 to 10 years to master your business. Sad but true. So this is the truth. This is the truth. That's 7 to 10 years, which is about 10,000 hours to get great at a thing. Golf, tennis, psychic ability, healing arts, cooking, to be a master, to really get it, to turn the learning into your own flavors. Boom. How long, right? So here's the other thing. So finding your thing, you got to be aligned to find your thing. And you know when you know your thing is? When you don't realize you're doing it. When it's so goddamn fun that you do it for free. Then boom! And you can see if your soul's involved, because it will have some aspect that is helping people, helping the world, some aspect. So the other thing I want to tell you is that you don't know it, but you're constantly being held by the universe. You're constantly being held. So there is no babying. So what's the difference between being held? Did you ever see a bird kick the chick out of the tree? It's fucking crazy to push their baby out of the nest. That is how you're being held. That's a mother's push. You're being pushed out of the nest. You're being pushed. And all this craziness in life. I want to tell you what. I'd hate to be, let's say the drop is 20 seconds. I'd hate to be the bird, the chick, for the first 10 seconds. What did my mother just do to me? Fuck! I better come up with something. Next thing you know, I'm flying. Next thing you know, I'm flying, right? I'm flying. So like, this is it. So this is the thing that, think about the bird and the mother. The mother saying, I know this bird can do fucking so much more than sit here and yell for food. And boom, kicked out of the nest. And the bird's thinking, all I can do is be here. This is all I can do. And then all of a sudden, 11 seconds later, that bird is flying. So I want to tell you something. You're being held. The universe is treating you like a mother. When you're too comfy, it pushes you out because it wants you not to rest, to become everything you can become. Not to rest. This isn't a game of resting. Let's try to get a situation where we don't have to do too much. That ain't this shit. This is earth shit. And if you're not hearing the call, the mother's going to push you out of the nest and force you to fly. And I want to tell you something. There's not a person who's listening to this, including me, who isn't capable of more than I'm doing today. Who isn't capable of more than you're doing today. And the thing is, all of this uncomfortableness, you know that song Right Now by Van Halen? Working so hard to make it easy. Fuck that. Let's get in life. And I'm going to tell you something. When you get in life with that kind of intention, and I don't mean it in a violent way, I mean it in the most loving way that I could ever tell you what loving is. But to be in it, that clicked on. Then guess what happens, man? All of a sudden, my cuppeth overflow. All of a sudden, I have more. The fucking thing is, I don't need other shit. You know why? Because I'm doing what I love to do. See, when people sit at work at the bank, not that bank work is bad work, but somebody who hates being at the bank, and they're looking on the internet at a fancy car or a new pair of shoes or porn or you can't do that at the bank anymore, or sports show, whatever. They're trying to placate their soul with this other shit. People who are doing what they're doing aren't always buying fancy shit, because they're happy doing what they're doing. This is the thing that solves all things. This is the thing that solves all things. This is it. So we do this and we don't need that. If we get those things, it's icing on the cake. So in other words, you know, and I went from 26 cars to I have a car here and a car in Los Angeles, but I have nice cars. And I love driving my Mercedes. I love it. I don't have 26, I have one. Yeah, I love it. And it's fun. And I can really cherish it. And I deserve it. Because I work my ass off doing what I love to do. And once you get to this point that you're doing what you love to do, the problem again is this. The thing takes 10,000 hours and people are giving up at 5. So you take a guy and the universe sends you a report card. So it sends you the report card based on the thing that you're after. If you're after money, it will tell you how you're doing in money. So I'm 30 years old, I look at my bank account. Am I doing good? No. The universe gave me my report card. I have an F. At 35, I look at my report card. Money. No good. Fuck, I'm not doing it right. The universe is the bird is constantly trying to teach you how to fly by slapping you in the face or kicking you out of the nest, right? So if the marker, your watermark of how you're doing is helping people, and you're helping a ton of people, then all of a sudden, hey, the universe is saying you're doing good. If the watermark is your love relationship, and your love relationship is cooking, you're doing good. If the watermark is your family, and you have a beautiful, strong, and loving family, fuck, that's your report card, you're doing good. If your report card is bad, in other words, if it just, and now here's the thing, don't listen to the early report card. The thing takes time. So what I mean by that is this: the thing takes time. So into a craft, if you're 2 years into a craft that takes 5 years, don't quit at fucking 2 years. Go the distance. Go the distance. And I want to tell you what, when your soul's aligned and you're on the thing you're supposed to be doing, you know who can talk you out of it? Fucking no one. Jesus can come down for the second coming, and he could tell you to stop, and you'd say, Jesus, I can't do it. I won't do it. I'm going the whole distance. Your mother, she can tell you to stop. It won't mean shit. Your husband, your wife, your dog, your next door neighbor, it won't matter. It won't matter. So please, if you're doing the thing that's making your soul move, even though it's hard and you're loving it, stick with that shit. Stick with it, stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. Listen to this. The plants teach us how to be loving and passive. They do. And they also teach us how to be the lion. So the idea is we have Earth and we have the astrals, and we merge those two together. So it's merging this way and this way. Us and our soul, heaven and earth, boom, we're in the cross. We're in the cross. And when you're there, man, it's like a hot knife through butter. It really is. It gets easier and easier and easier. But the hard work is in the beginning. So let's talk about that. So the guy drives down the street and he sees this beautiful house. And then he sees this guy walking out in his underwear, getting his paper, happy, not a care in the world. But he didn't see that guy building that house for the 7 years before. The digging of the foundation, the laying of the block, the pouring of the concrete, the hammering of the nails. He didn't see that shit. He just sees the guy and he goes, that guy is lucky. Well, that guy ain't lucky. And I have to tell you what, there is no lucky in that regard. I'm going to tell you something. About 3/4 of the super lottery winners within 5 years are financially bankrupt. And those that aren't bankrupt have had a really hard time. The stress on their families, it's terrible. So free money is not free. The easy way is the hard way. And the easy way will kill you. The hard way, those who build their creations like I'm suggesting are built with great pain, but retained with great ease. Listen to what I say. Those who build their creation the way that I'm talking about it are built with great pain, but retained with great ease. Harder in the beginning. It's going to take longer, and you're going to soar higher than you ever thought. Harder in the beginning and better in the end. You build something the way that I'm talking about building it from your heart, building it from love, building it, beginning it with the end in mind, taking care of every step along the way, doing the pain, picking the paint colors, stroking the brush, making your creation, creating it. Those creations are maintained with ease. Are with ease, because the work was all done up front. Just like life, right? Just like life. And we're constantly in the work, right? So listen, I want to tell you, I love talking to you. I love what we're doing. By all means, come to this place. Come to this place. And in this place, you will find your soul again. You'll merge back with your soul again, and you'll have a wonderful, wonderful, very hard week. Anybody who tells you this is easy is full of shit. This week is hard work. And it's worth every ounce of sweat, blood, and tears. It's worth it. In a week's work, you can change a lifetime of shit. So I want to see you here. I want you to be here. I want you to come and see me. Hey, Melissa. Hi, Hadia. Hi, Zin. I want you guys to come and see me. And we'll do this together. It is my joy to do this shit. You're helping me. You're helping me. So please come here. A couple of phone numbers, eh? Did I just fucking turn Canadian? Here's the thing. 866-936-9446. That's, I think it's 1-866-936-9446. Call anytime. There's people standing by right now. If you have questions about the medicine, if you have questions about what to eat or the pills that you're on or whatever the hell, call that number. We'll square it all out for you. And I can tell you what, for those of you on the creation front that don't have the money, put down a deposit. Pick a date in the calendar and watch what happens. Because everything is trying to support you back into your wholeness. Every single thing. Allow this stuff to happen. I look forward to seeing you. I love doing this. Thank you for giving me a job. And I will talk to you when I see you. Until then, God hold you. God keep you. God bless you. And may you get kicked out of the nest this week. Love you guys. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful week.